Okay, these are scenes from the home place when I've been doing stuff here. We had some pecan trees taken down. Then here's where I was digging a trench to divert water down to a ditch, and the edge fell off. It was muddy, and the edge fell off, and I got the backhoe stuck. Here I've got it unstuck, and I'm proceeding to dig this trench, and this trench wound up being about 10 foot, and that is groundwater. And the problem is this whole area up in here has got like an underground stream, and this is actual groundwater, no rain or anything. It would fill up the trench overnight, and our process was to go down 10 foot, fill it full of gravel, and then which they call that a French drain, and that's groundwater there, no rain or nothing, and then fill it with gravel there, and the water will follow that gravel down to the ditch, which is at the far end of the property. And here we're getting more gravel because we've had to expand our trench. We started out with a 6 foot deep trench, and it did nothing for us. So we dug the gravel up and went deeper. Here is the original electrical from, I don't know, probably 1915 or 1920, I guess. I don't know. But this is what I had when I started working on it. Now we had a roof, a new roof, sheeting and everything put on, new gutters, and had ventilation to the attic to dry out the house. The house flooded, and the basement flooded with about 3.5, 4 feet of water, and then the water kind of stuck, made everything moist. Some rain came in, we lost some stuff, got wet, and we let it sit for actually 3 years and dry and air out, and it worked. Everything got dry, and here we're repairing the cracks. These cracks were always there. They were covered with wallpaper. Mom would cover them. Pop didn't want to fool with them, so Mom would cover them with wallpaper. And here this is a test hole. I dug a 10-foot hole to see if there was groundwater, and that came up after about 6 days and stayed there for, I think we left it for 30 days before we did anything. Now here's where I was digging a trench for the gravel, and if you look to the left on that trench, that dirt is going to just caved in. So that's how people get killed on this stuff. They get down in there and that dirt gives way. This is concrete from the Walker house I found in the pasture down there. Old clumps of concrete and pieces like this kind of stuff here. This was up there out in the pasture, and so I rounded it all up. And this right here was 11 foot deep, right here. So we just dumped all that extra concrete right down in there, and then put 2-inch gravel on top of it. And here's the 2-inch gravel here. This is 10 foot along there. Now our electrical water and electrical line are going to go below that air conditioner. And this is the concrete pigs I bought when I graduated from truck driving school. Kind of a present to myself. Bought them down in down in Kansas, somewhere around Fort Scott, Pleasanton, Kansas is where I bought them at, which is north of Fort Scott. Fort Scott's where I went to truck driving school at Fort Scott Community College. This is the front yard, and this is the city's trench to put in a new water line, and it's about 40 inches deep. That's the frost line. And here is my electrical cables and water cables. These are going to run from the house down to the garage in this trench right here. So I'll have electrical and water to the garage, and all we've got to do is put some shutoffs in the basement. And this is from this is towards the edge, 10 foot at the deepest. It's 10 foot right up there where I'm climbing out of that out there. And then here we've got the gravel in, and we're putting the water lines on top of it. And this is I kind of rigged this thing up as a way to. I've got a winch down there to pull them, mainly to pull that electrical. That middle one, that's 6'3". That was $1,250 for that roll of cable. That's 6'3" cable. And that's heavy enough to put electricity down in the garage. And then here I've got the stuff in, and boards on top, gravel on top, and now I'm putting the this fabric on top of that before I put dirt on it. And this is the electrical lines and water lines that will go into the side of the garage. That's the north side of the garage right there, and that's our bundle of electrical and water lines to go into there. Quite a job, actually. A lot of work. And I ran them up into the through conduit the last 20 foot. And before that, they were loose and covered with boards and covered with fabric. Here's the old water heater and the old Maytag washer, dragging them out of the basement. Basement was a mess. And here we're running our 6'3", and eventually there's our water lines already in there, and that was the electrical there. Here we're starting on the sewer. The sewer would not flush. And what it turned out to be was the vent pipe, which you've got to have a vent for your sewer. The air has to come out. The vent pipe was covered with dirt. So therefore it would flush, but it would flush really, really slow. So this is a new, that T you see right above my head is the new vent pipe. And it will flush now. And then to the left over there is also a vent pipe. So there's two vent pipes on there now. And it works good. This once again is the original electrical, the box. And I'm going to put a jumper box out here, and then a 200 amp box inside, which I don't think I show on here. I don't believe. I don't think it's in this video, the new 100 amp or 200 amp entrance. But electrical is quite a job. This is running to the new entry box, a new 200 amp box. It's inside the bedroom. If you're ever here, you can take a quick gander at it, and that's the lines going into the house, and then from there it is. There's the new. That's the one in the bedroom. That is the 200 amp entry box, and then there's a 100 amp entry box in the basement, and that entry box controls the entry box in the garage. So there's three of them. They all have to be wired different because they are in a series. So there's different code for it. This is the basement when I started. It was a literal mess from that flood. It's just terrible down there. This is what it looked like when I started, and it was not fun. A lot of work. I'll tell you right now. That's the old sewer. Pop and Uncle Homer put that in. Homer, master plumber, Homer, good man. They put that in, and with the old hot lead and everything, poured the lead around it and all that stuff. So here is our electrical box is on the other side of that. There's the electrical box in the basement. That's a 100 amp box in the basement, and it simply controls the garage, basically. It's also got some lights coming on it for the basement, but its main function is to provide electricity to the garage. And there's a breaker to shut it off to the garage, and or turn it on, either one, whichever you want. And then there's also water lines that run below this box to the garage, and you'll see them being installed. There's the conduit that leads to the garage down there, and there's two water lines, and or there's a water line and a gas line. If you want to pump natural gas down to it, you could. But the red one was actually a spare line in case something happened to the blue one. And it's never had anything in it. The red one had no water, nothing. But it's right beside the blue one down to the garage. You could also run hot water if you want to. And here's our shut-off valve series, which lets us put water or not to the garage, and also to drain the water in the garage. In the winter, we can drain it out so it don't freeze. And here we're painting, that was a gas pipe there, the yellow, and here we're painting the walls in the basement. I got to do new stairs. I still haven't done them. The stairs really suck. They're about half dangerous. And I think they're from the original 1915, 1920 house, to be honest with you. And then here's our entry. There's a new water line up there. Comes through the wall. And this looks junk, but this was way better than what it was, I'll tell you right now. Still ain't really done, but there's our box to the garage. There's our water lines to the garage. So, and the walls are all painted, and we're waiting on the AC furnace man to put in a new air conditioner system, and that's going to be, I think it wound up being, Myra Jane, how much was that AC system? Wasn't that about 12,000, 11,000? Yeah, it was 11 or 12,000 for the heater AC system, new furnace, new everything. Here we've got that filled up there, so we're starting to get this tree line out, which sits between the house and the garage. This is scrub trees. Here we're hauling the trees to burn. There's a lot that's not on here, but this was kind of neat here. I cut that whole tree down eventually, but I had to wait till there wasn't nobody coming by. Cut it down, put it out in the street, push it off, cut it up, and burn it. Got it done. Took a while. And here we're burning the brush. Well, this thing's about over. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And we're a lot farther along now. Be safe out there. No matter what you do, be safe. Safety is a big thing. And thanks for watching.